Governor Newsom was talking about just holding on to his dollars because California is what they call a donor state, meaning that they actually contribute more than they take from the federal government. And then you can go down south to states like Louisiana who are broke. And so they need California to pay in. So it is so interesting that we are so concerned about whether or not we are pushing certain ideologies. You know what? Earlier, someone mentioned these hellholes, talking about the cities, right? Talking about cities being hellholes.
You see, the left has cleverly built a machine to finance itself with money that the taxman extorts from hardworking Americans. Because it has captured the cultural heights, this new left has been able to invent some terms that make resistance difficult. Thus, we have sustainability, sex workers, and compassion care, rather than economy-crushing climate extremism, prostitution, and human trafficking, and killing grandma once she's become a burden. It doesn't matter what you call any of these activities, however. They all turn cities into Dante-esque hellholes and leave behind human debris, men and women who are empty husks rather than beings with purpose and hope.
I just want to point to Los Angeles. I'm sure that's one of the cities they were referring to when they said that. Los Angeles contributes almost $20 billion in taxes. You know what? That's more than all states in this country except for 4. So guess what? If we are going to push any ideologies, it seems like LA should have an outsized interest in the ideology, because it seems like they actually contribute more money than all these other states, especially these red states, to be clear. In fact, I have another UC.
Without objection.
All right, blue states are bailing out red states. I have another UC.
Without objection.
Massachusetts sends more funding to the feds than any other state. It seems like blue states are constantly putting red states on life support, yet we got these little red states that ain't contributing nothing, but they are definitely taking up a lot of money. You know, it is interesting because the governor in California, I don't know if you caught this, but Governor Newsom was talking about just holding on to his dollars because California is what they call a donor state, meaning that they actually contribute more than they take from the federal government. And then you can go down south to states like Louisiana who are broke. And so they need California to pay in. So it is so interesting that we are so concerned about whether or not we are pushing certain ideologies. But let me talk about some of these. I've got a few questions. We're going to play a game called Radical or Restorative. Radical or Restorative, a nonprofit that provides shelter and legal aid to human trafficking survivors.
Restorative.
A DOJ-funded program that mentors at-risk youth to prevent gang violence.
Restorative.
A grant-funded organization that helps women fleeing domestic abuse with housing and trauma support.
Restorative.
A USAID program that works to shut down scam compounds trafficking people in Southeast Asia.
Restorative.
A faith-based nonprofit helping migrant children reunite safely with family.
Restorative.
A community group receiving DOJ funds to reduce gun violence in cities.
Restorative.
And the final one is a global initiative that prevents trafficking and keeps people from being forced into labor or sold into exploitation.
Restorative.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ambassador. What's shocking is some of these programs are the very ones that Trump and my Republican colleagues are working to shut down if we really want to look at who is doing the work to help us. And as we have just talked about some sex trafficking, I'm still trying to understand if you have anything that you would like to contribute about the Epstein files that they absolutely refuse to release.
Ma'am, I think it would be very helpful for the American public to be able to see the results that have evidently been kept in whatever that file is. There's been many years in which folks have investigated Mr. Epstein and those around him. He went to jail once. He was about to go to jail again before he died. And his compatriot is currently in prison. Those facts need to be known.
Thank you so much. I will yield.